Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review of The Secret History of War on Weed from Image Comics. If you're watching this, it is most likely April 20th, so you know what that means. A perfect date for this book to come out. This book is written by Gary Duggan and Brian POSEHN. Big, really funny writers, really good stuff. If you've read their team up on Deadpool, I'm glad they're back together for this bonkers story. We have art by Scott KOBLISH, colors by Hi-Fi, and letters by Clayton Cowles. So let me give you a little bit of a synopsis of this book, and then we'll get into it. The year is 1985. The First Lady decides to crush Northern California cannabis farmers and deploys the biggest tool in the armed forces, Scotch McTiernan. That's the dude we saw in the cover. Collectible, first of many appearances. So yeah, this is a collector's issue. If you want to follow that character, if it weeds, we can kill it. Scotch puts his boots on the ground and in Humboldt, that's a town in California, and does what he does best. But what happens when you get high for the first time? This one shot has it all: laughs, tears, heart, action, plus activity pages. Yes, activity pages. A portion of the proceeds from this comic will be donated to organizations dedicated to helping casualties of America's immoral drug war. So there you go. You can read comics and get some good stuff out of it as well. Let's take a look at some of the art, and I'll talk a little bit more about the story, which, like I mentioned above, it's bonkers. So yeah, I think the art I really enjoyed because it does feel like very cartoony, very exaggerated, like really comic book style of the time. It is a little bit of a throwback as far as art goes. Um, Also, the narration's very fourth wall breaking. I think Duggan and POSEHN are very much known for that, especially writing a character like Deadpool. So they definitely don't skimp on that. They give you a quick recap of marijuana use. But not that being said, then they jump onto this made up universe of this secret war, and you'll see how bonkers it is. I mean, here we have the first lady, and the introduction to Scotch. And this is the first time we see Scotch here on this panel fighting this giant lizard dude. Scotch, like, just big American hero, just guns out blazing against this lizard man. Just classic insanity from the team. And then we get down to the mission, and I'm going to show you the next two pages. I'm going to show you after Scotch kind of lands there and mellows out. I don't partake particularly, but I imagine if this is what it looks like, I mean, it's pretty fucking rad, right? Just look at the colors, look at the shapes. Like, it's such a weird, I don't know how much, like, I don't know how long stuff like this takes, but this is kind of stuff you're in for this book if you're gonna read it. Like I said, Gary Duggan's doing some really fun stuff over Marvel currently, and with Brian POSEHN, they did some fantastic stuff on Deadpool. So highly recommend you go check out their previous work. Also check this out. Like I said, I don't think you have to be a person that smokes weed particularly to enjoy this issue. I think it's just a fun comic. But I would imagine that you could enjoy it even more. So yeah, let us know what you thought of the book. Image is doing some really fun stuff for their 30th anniversary, including stuff like this. So yeah, leave us a comment, share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live, all that YouTube stuff. Stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, movie reviews, and check out our live episodes. We have an upcoming show about the Batman now that the movie's out on HBO Max. We also have our previous show where we talk about the worst comic book movies since 1998 to the present, as voted on by us and also by you. We got a lot of feedback from the audience. We have a really fun conversation, a lot of interaction in the chat. We had a really good time. So yeah, and let me know what you thought of this book. I'm really interested to see how this book is received. But as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.